The word that the Holy Spirit gave me this morning, he said, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. We've been dealing with our mantra, closing the gap, moving to the next level. And we said that the ultimate way to close the gap is to do what? To follow Jesus. But in order for us to follow Jesus, we have to know how to deny ourselves. And we said not only we have to deny ourselves, we got to humble ourselves. We got to wean ourselves. We got to calm ourselves, quiet ourselves, settle ourselves, behave ourselves, possess ourselves, anchor ourselves. And I think last week what we talked about, who remember? What we talked about last week, last Sunday. Encourage yourself. You got to know how to encourage yourself. Today, you need to prepare yourself. When the Holy Spirit gave me this word, I said, well, okay, prepare yourself. What you want us to prepare for? He said, prepare the people, tell them to prepare themselves. Now, let's go back just for a minute. Let's look at some things. Going back to 1 King, I'm going to stay right here in 1 King most of the time. Elijah, the man of God, he went to Ahab. And then when he got to Ahab, what happened? He said to Ahab, Ahab was another man during this time. He said to Ahab, now let me back up. Let me give you the backdrop to all of this. Let me take you back to 1 King chapter 17. Give you the backdrop to all of this. And it starts right here. See, you all know who Ahab was, right? Y'all know Jezebel? Y'all know how Ahab and Jezebel, how them two came together? See, Ahab was the king. Jezebel always used her husband's throne to try to rule and reign and try to do things. But see, here's the thing. In 1 King chapter 17, in verse 1, it said, and Elijah the Tishbite, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord God of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years. It was 3.5 years. James qualified that for us. And it says, but according to my word. Now, Elijah prayed that it did not rain for this period of time. And you probably say, well, why would a man of God pray a prayer like that? Because of all the different gods, the false gods that were in the area. See, they thought that their gods and these kings who were worshiping these gods and the people that worshiped these gods, they thought that their God was the one that was in control of all the atmospheric conditions and in control of everything. But Elijah, the man of God, he stood before all of them. He even told Ahab to show you that your gods are not working. The God that I pray to, half years, there will not be rain, and see if it'll rain. And see, the Bible said that the hand of God was upon Elijah. And so after he had this conversation and he told him, he said, it's not going to rain during this period of time. And so there was a famine in the land. Verse 2, and the word of the Lord came unto him saying, get thee hence and turn thee east. Cherith, that is before Jordan. Now God is giving the man of God instruction where to go because of the famine. He said, I want you to go down by this brook. And it shall, verse 4, and it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. God had commanded ravens, the birds, those black birds, to bring Elijah meat and bread morning and evening. Man, that goes to show you God is in control of everything. Man, if God want to use a worm to feed you, and he said, I want you to go kill a cow and bring that cow to Elder Johnson, and Elder Johnson be able to eat well. And I'm telling you, when you see that cow come crawling up there, you're trying to figure out how in the world this cow is moving because God commanded the worm to bring it to your house. You just say, there ain't nobody but God. But he commanded the ravens, the birds, not anyone else. But he commanded the birds to feed the man of God. See, God always got a way to feed his people. So, verse 5. So he went and did according to the word of the Lord. Notice, if he did anything else beside what the Lord said, it would not have worked. He would not have been fed. He had to do exactly what the Lord said. For he went and dwelled by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. So the brook provided water, but God used the ravens to bring him meat and bread, morning and evening. And it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land, because there was a famine. So when the brook dried up, he commanded him to go to a place called Zarephath. And that's where he commanded a willow to feed him there. But just to let you know, this is what happened. And that's why there was no rain at the time. Suddenly, now watch this now. All of a sudden, after that period of time had expired, then notice what Elijah did. Let's go back to 1 Kings chapter 18 now. Notice what Elijah did. Elijah said unto Ahab, get thee up, eat and drink, verse 41, for there is a sound of abundance of rain. So Ahab went up to eat and to drink, and Elijah went up to the top of Carmel, and he cast himself down upon the earth and put his face between his knees and said to his servant, go now, look towards the sea. And when he went up, looked and said, there is nothing. And he said, go 7 times. Here, this is the part I like. When Elijah told the servant to go, now watch this. Let me rewind just for a minute. First of all, the man of God heard something. He heard a sound of abundance of rain. Now, he heard that. Nobody else didn't hear it but the man of God. He heard that. And when he heard that, he told Ahab, you need to prepare your chariot because it's getting ready to rain. We don't see no clouds in the sky. Don't worry about the clouds. You need to prepare your chariot before this rain catch you. Well, the rain stop you from getting back to where you need to go. So the man of God heard, and just because you didn't hear, that doesn't mean the man of God didn't hear. So he heard, but this is the part I like. He told his servant, go to the sea and tell me what you see. And the servant came back and said, I see nothing. Kind of like church people. Pastor, you've been telling us this and you've been telling us that, and we ain't saw nothing, we ain't heard nothing, we don't smell nothing, we don't feel nothing, we don't taste nothing. It ain't going to be nothing. But you know what? That was just the first time. That was just the first time. I told you that, but he told him to go how many times? Go 7 times. Even for the second time, saw nothing. Third time, saw nothing. 4th time, saw nothing. Pastor, you've been telling us this, you've been telling that. We ain't seen nothing yet. I heard an abundance of rain. I'm telling you, prepare yourself so you won't get caught in the rain. Prepare yourself because the famine is almost over. Whatever drought that is in your life, God said the drought is over. But here's the thing. You need to prepare yourself. You need to get yourself in position and be ready when the rain comes, because when you see the abundance of rain coming, you're going to know the famine, the drought is over. There has been a drought in some of your lives, and by you listening and believing what the man of God said, God is going to cause it to rain on your life and on everything about you. And when, see, I hear the sound. This is what God said. He told me to tell y'all, I hear the sound, but you got to prepare yourselves. Now, for those of you all who are receiving this, put it in your mind. What you're going to prepare yourself to do. I got to get myself together, prepare myself. Let me start gathering everything I need for my business. Let me go gather all the information I need to do this. Let me go do this. Let me at least start. See, in the preparation stage. Let me just use this for an example. Let's say you're going on vacation. You just don't hop in your car and say, let's go, baby, load up the kids and let's take off and go. You don't do that. Only person do that is Sister LaShonda. She the only one. Baby, let's go. Woo, go. And then wait. We ain't got no money. We didn't pack any clothes. We didn't do that. We didn't make reservation. I don't care. We'll figure that out on the way go. No, that's not good preparation. When we're talking about preparing yourself, we saying you got to start. If you're going to go on vacation, you got to start now. Well, first of all, let's see where we want to go. You always got to have a plan. Then when you decided where you want to go, then you start checking out, see how much it's going to cost, for the hotel, or some of y'all got these resorts and all this stuff. That's fine too. How much it's going to cost for this? How much it's going to cost for food, gas, travel? How you going to travel? You're going to fly, plane, train, automobile. You got to take all of that in consideration in your preparation mode. And then when you realize, okay, now I got the finance. First of all, you got to have the finance. Now I got the finance. Now I know where we want to go. Now I know how much it's going to cost. Now let's go ahead and set this date. So now you're making your reservation for August, September, some of you December, whenever you plan on going. And then next thing you know, then you got to do some backtracking. Then you got to say, okay, all right, we got that straight. Now let me see what I need to pack. Let me see what I need to pack. I need to make sure I got, and see the way I always pack, I don't know how y'all do. I do it like this. I start from my foot all the way up to my head. I say, okay, I got my running shoes, dress shoes, casual shoes. I got my socks. I got socks to how many days we're going to be gone. And then I got my pants. I got my underwear. I got all the underwear I need. And I got my T-shirts, golf shirts, whatever I'm wearing under my clothes, all my underwear. Then I think about my pants. I think about my belt. Then I think about my shirts. Then I think about any other casual or suits that I may need in case, we decide to go here, go there, wherever. And then here's the thing. See, it's not the big things that stops us or hinder us from really going on the vacation. It's the little things that we forget. Then you got to think about all your hygienes. Go see what good having all those things. You don't have your hygiene. Well, I stop by Walmart and buy me some, but you got it at the house, so why spend the extra money? So what you do, then you start thinking about your deodorant and all your smell goods, all your lotion and everything else. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything else that you need to make yourself look good, smell good, be good, or whatever, as long as it's good. And then you start thinking about, okay, now what else I need? What else I need? And what I'm saying, you all getting the point, right? Here's the thing. You think about everything you need to go on vacation, because why? All of that is in preparation mode. It's in the preparation phase of you getting ready to go. Now, you're going to go, but you got to make sure you're prepared. And then you got to think about this. Now, how are we going to get there? What vehicle we're going to use? Okay, we're going to use this vehicle. So now we got to do what? We got to get the vehicle checked out, get the oil changed, tires rotated. Or if we need new tires, we got to buy new tires. If we got to do some engine work, we got to do some engine work. If we're going to rent a vehicle, we'll just rent a vehicle. You got to think about all of that. But see, here's the thing. We've been doing things, but we have not been doing it with the proper preparation. And we're trying to figure out, why isn't that we haven't gotten this yet? Because you're not prepared. Wow. So when Elijah told Ahab, prepare his chariot so he won't get caught in the rain, then he sent a servant. He told the servant, go and tell me, because I already done heard it. I need you to go see it. Did y'all get that? I already heard it, but you need to go see it. Go and tell me what you see. Nothing. Pastor, you giving us all this false hope. Yeah, look, that's just the first time. Go again. Tell me what you see. Nothing. Go again. Nothing. Now, Pastor, you know what? You're wearing me down with all this stuff. You keep telling us we're going to do this. You keep telling us we're going to move here. You keep telling us this. You keep telling us that. But we don't see nothing yet. You know why? Because if the people are not prepared to move, why move? Why move if they're not prepared to move? Why go on vacation if you're not prepared to go on vacation? Why go to school if you're not prepared to go to school? Why join the military if you're not prepared to join the military? Why try to go to work and get a job, whether you prepared or not? You need to get your lazy self up and go get a job. You know, some people say, well, Pastor said you got to be prepared to get a job. No, get your lazy daisy up and go get a job, whether you prepared or not. But here's the thing. Put in the application, submit your resume, all of that. If you don't do that, how can you get a job? And then we try to figure out why things are not happening. Why I'm not getting this. Why I don't have this. Why my business not moving forward. Why my situation not getting any better. Because you have not prepared yourself. Let me tell you, the Bible said that, now watch this. In John's Gospel, chapter 14, verse 1, Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. If you believe in God, believe also in me. He said, I go to do what? Prepare a place for you, that where I am, there ye may be also. Jesus had to leave the earth to go to heaven to prepare a place for us. He didn't just come to earth and say, well, my time is up. Let's go, y'all. And gets up to heaven and said, oops, I forgot to get y'all a house and a mansion. Jesus didn't do it. He said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. And once it's prepared, then where I am, there you may be also. It's just like inviting somebody over to your house. You invite them over to dinner, and then all of a sudden, your guests get there. You haven't even started cooking yet. And then your guests come in. They said, "What? Didn't you invite us over for dinner?" And they looking around, looking at the stove, no pots, no food, nothing around. And I guess we were ordering pizza or something. You know, but in their mind, the first thing they looking for, something on the stove. They looking for something on the table, or at least a cake baked or something. And then when people walk in, they say, oh, yeah, they done prepared something. They done prepared something. See, in that preparation, see, here's the thing. It took that, whoever it was that's hosting the guests, it took them time. It took effort, because when the guests come over, they want to be prepared for the guests so the guests can sit down and eat and enjoy. Now, I understand, and we all have done this, you know, even when you invite people over to their house and they come over, and we know even once they get there, you might be doing a little preparation, but not the main preparation. That happens sometimes. But my point is that if you're inviting somebody over, you want to be prepared. You want to have enough food, enough drinks. I'm talking about Cokes, you know. Let me make sure I clarify this. Cokes, milk, water, that kind of stuff, juice, okay? Not gin and juice, just juice without the gin. Okay, no alcoholic beverages. But see, here's the thing. You want to make sure everything is prepared. Then you invite them over, then everybody can enjoy. But see, don't prepare. And you invite people over, and then people got to set in your house 2-3 hours while you cooking. You know what's going on in that person's mind? No, I ain't coming back over here. Y'all know that's what y'all do. You know, Sister Mother inviting folks over to her house and you ain't got nothing prepared. Y'all just pray for me, I just been going through something all day. And the thing, Sister Mother, you told us this last week. And then we ready, and you've been fasting all day just to go there and just taste that good banana pudding she got. And she up there trying to whip up something that she got out of Barlow's and probably the wrong stuff and put it on saltine crackers and call it banana pudding. And then you didn't put no time in that. Now, Brother Easton, we know he would do much better, right? Well, thank you. And Brother Bissy, yeah, I'll give y'all some curry goat and stuff like that. But my point is that when you're talking about preparation, it's more than just saying, I'm ready. And here's the thing. I've been telling God, I'm ready, I'm ready. He said, you better look in your wake. So when I look back in my wake, are they ready? Some people are not ready to move with you. And then even when you move, there's some people who's not going to move with you. But he said, prepare them. Prepare the people to move. Prepare yourself. You got to prepare yourself. And if you don't prepare yourself, how are you going to be ready to move when it's time to move? You got to prepare yourself. People of God, let me tell you, I have heard the sound of abundance of rain. I have heard the sound. Now here's the thing. Now I got witnesses in here. They already know what I'm talking about. That's why they're clapping, because I got witnesses in here. I already heard the sound of abundance. Notice, abundance of rain. I already heard the sound. Now I got some servants that's going to go and see. Go down to the sea and see. And see, here's the thing. You got to learn how to live above sea level. I'm not talking about SEA. I'm talking about SEE. Because we walk by faith and not by sight. You cannot attach sight to faith and call it faith, because it is not faith. Anytime you attach sight to faith, it is not faith, because it's something that you can see. But he told them, go down to the sea and tell me what you see. And he said, I saw nothing. I don't see anything. But here's the thing. When the man of God said that he had heard, trust me, just keep going, because sooner or later you're going to see something. And watch this. And when you do see it, brother, it's going to be small to your eyes, but it's still going to be big in God's. And he said, I see the seventh time when he went down to the sea, he said, I saw a cloud about the size of a man's hand. And right at that moment, he said, okay, tell Ahab, get your chariot. You're going to get ready to get caught up in this rain, Ahab. You better get in your chariot and head towards and get out of here, because the rain going to catch you. The rain going to stop you. That's how much rain is coming down, to the point where it's going to stop you from moving. And then the Bible said, then the sky got dark with clouds and with wind. And saints of God, all you need to do is prepare yourself. And only thing, and some of y'all are going to start seeing small little things. You're going to start seeing small little things taking place in your own life, in your own business, in your own house. You're going to see something small. See, a lot of times we're looking for the big things. Don't quit looking for the big things. Start with the small things. Despise not the days of small beginnings. small thing. And when you see it small, just know this. Man, here come abundance. This cloud's going to get big. It's going to cover the whole atmosphere. And all the thing you just got to do is stay focused and believe that the abundance is coming. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. Now give him some praise.